Welcome back to Hawkeye Skunk Works. We are sitting in the Explorer because it finally has snowed. It's currently snowing, and the kids were with the grandparents, so of course we had to go out and drive in the snow after I literally I washed the Explorer while it was snowing, because that's how I roll. We are going to do something that has never been done before. The cheapest third-gen Toyota 4Runner in the entire country. I have bought another 4Runner.
Dad, everything is blowing!
And that, my friends, is one of the greatest parts about being here. Ooh, light's not too bad outside. Ooh. See, Explorer, snow. On the way home, I'm not joking. It's been snowing like this for a couple hours. The Explorer's been sitting outside at work. I drove home. There's a car wash like 2 minutes from my house, and then where we're at down at the river, actually down where the train derailed, I wanted to come down here and take some pictures. So I washed the Explorer. Well, I rinsed it off because it's warm water. I didn't actually use soap. In the snowstorm so that it would be clean-ish, so I could take a couple pictures, hashtag Instagram. But yeah, the river is getting chunky. There's the Explorer. The temperature's definitely dropping, so I think it's time to put it in for high, not the auto for low. Side note, the auto 4x4 in this Explorer is fantastic. It works so good. Like when I'm driving in town and stuff, when the weather's really nasty like this, I don't even need to put it in 4 high. It just kicks in if I start to slip and takes me away, and I don't have to worry about taking it out of 4 high if I'm driving fast, which I do have like a 60-mile-an-hour stretch on my way home from work, so that works really good. Also, Duratrax in the snow, amazing tires. I'm pretty sure I've said that before though. Time for some donuts. And just like that, we are back in the garage. Sorry, I would have done some filming of the donuts, but as you can see now, we definitely have lost light. But yeah, I think maybe tomorrow morning. I was gonna say maybe tonight I'll run out and wash the 4Runner, but I know that Mrs. HSW is making some soup, and I think I'm gonna go inside and eat some soup, and by the time I sit down and do that, I'm not coming back outside. So I will catch up with you guys tomorrow. And just like that, next day, we're actually down in my basement because it is cold outside, too cold to do anything. Like 0 degrees out, -30 wind chill last night. So I've got a Jeep seat and a really weird sewing machine behind me, and that has been my current project. What I have here, this is a passenger seat bottom for my Grand Cherokee. The driver's seat that's in it is fine. It's nowhere near good or great or even good, pretty much. This is a little dusty, so this is in better shape than it appears on camera. The lighting's not helping it. This is a trick that if you've been doing interior stuff that you can do sometimes. You can take a passenger seat, cushions definitely. The cushion is not exactly the same from side to side, but it's extremely close. You can see where there's cut out for like a buckle, but I can just cut that. It's pretty much there anyway. Plus the foam is a little forgiving. Cover, on the other hand, I've done this before. This one is a little bit less forgiving. These are the cutouts where your electric controls come through, and then you have the big plastic panel that comes over and covers this. This will be butted up against the center console, so that's not really a big deal. On the other side, this back panel was carpet instead of vinyl. Why they took the extra step to do that, I don't know. It's kind of weird. So I've already cut that out. I've actually got it sitting around here somewhere to use kind of as a partial template. And then there was a plastic like clip thing that clipped into the seat frame. I'll have to take apart the driver's seat that's in the Jeep right now to get that plastic piece. And then I'll have to, this is where the hinge kind of went through. I'll get some material to fill that in. I actually have the whole seat back that I'm going to use for filler panels that I can cut the material out, stitch that together, kind of fill this in. Will it be 100% perfect? No, but I have never ever seen a decent Jeep Grand Cherokee leather driver's seat like anywhere, online, in a junkyard, anywhere. And then this. Now this bad boy is a hand operated industrial, if you will, industrial strength sewing machine. I do need to get some heavier duty thread for this, but it enables you to slowly, precisely sew heavy duty stuff like leather or vinyl with foam behind it, and that is how I plan on cutting apart that other seat back that I have and filling in this area and attaching that plastic piece. The plastic piece already has holes gone through it for stitching. If I have to, I'll do that by hand. That's actually not that hard. And then theoretically I will have a very, very good replacement for the driver's seat in the Jeep. So let's talk shock absorbers just real quick. Since it's been so cold and nasty outside, I have been doing some research, and we're going to attempt to roll over some screenshot on my computer here. I always start, or one of the places I always start with parts is Rock Auto, just because it gives you a big list of stuff, and usually part numbers that you can cross-reference or use on other websites. So last week I touched briefly, we talked about the Bilstein 5100s here, and it says, you know, for lifted height 1.25 to 2 inches. Now if you go to like Yoda Mafia's website, for instance, they sell those in a kit that comes with the Old Man Emu 2.5-inch springs. So, and I know a ton of people buy that kit, so I know those will work with the springs that I have, because those are the springs that I have. So if I punch in that part number over at 4 Wheel Parts, I've got a bunch of specs. What I care most about is this extended length and the travel. 23.5 inches and 8.59 inches of travel, which you might remember I was hesitant about these because from my research they were only an inch longer than factory. Well, we're gonna have some more interesting stuff to look at. ProComp shocks. This is their website. They have a no lift, 2.25 or 2.5 inch lift. It's actually the same part number. Why they list it twice, I don't know. These are the 9000, so they have a bigger bore. It's a gas shock. These would be the comparables to the Bilsteins. Extended length, 21 3/4 inches. So, but if you look at the travel, this is, in the Bilsteins is 8.6. ProComps is 8.7. So I don't know. It's kind of a weird trade-off, I guess. Rancho has kind of a 5100 look-alike shock. I don't know which one came first. And then they have the 9000 that has the dial on it to adjust the ride. We go to Rancho's website. They do actually provide some information. Let's see. The 5100 lookalike one, the extended length is 22.5, so that's less extended length than the 5100 and less travel. And then you go over to the adjustable one. The specs are basically exactly the same as their others, so we pretty much can eliminate those from the search. Going over to the Ironman 4x4 website, they don't give any specs. When you go to the specs, it says required 2, so that's cool. But if you look at their suspension packages, they come with, you can get a stock no lift replacement suspension or a 2-inch. So I'm guessing these are a 2-inch longer shock or thereabouts. But since they don't give me specs, I don't know. I'm not real keen on that, so I'm just going to eliminate those. Which brings me to the Pro Comps and the Bilsteins. There is a big price difference, but having had both sets of those shocks on different vehicles, the Bilsteins are definitely better built, in my opinion, at least from the exterior. And so I think that's basically where I'm going to narrow my shock selection down to. The Pro Comp RS 9000s, or ES 9000s, and the Bilstein 5100s. All riveting information, I know. But if you're a nerd like I am when it comes to this stuff, it's good information for you to have. I think we'll go ahead and wrap the video up there. Thank you, if you're still watching, for sticking it out and nerding out with me. If you'd like to leave nerd comments down below, please do so. I'm interested in what you guys are running and what your opinions are on those. Thank you for watching the video. Hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and found it helpful. And turn those notifications on, because again, 3 Sundays in a row, we're doing good. Every Sunday evening dropping a video. And head on over to Instagram and Facebook. I will link those pages down below. And if you want to get more in depth on any of this or any of my other stuff, feel free to email me, HawkeyeSkunkWorks@gmail.com. So until next week, hopefully I'll see you on Instagram. And if not, tune in next week for the video. Thank you for watching. Take care. Goodbye. Oh, we were recording that whole time.
Oh, fun.